got a great sponsor. It is My Pillow. You guys know about My Pillow, right? They got pillows. And you want to go to mypillow.com and use promo code TIM. If anybody claims there's some other promo code to use, they're lying. You just got to use TIM. Okay, they're not lying, but use my promo code anyway. So you guys know our friend Mike Lindell. He has a passion to help everyone get the best sleep they ever got. He didn't stop by simply creating the best pillow. Mike created the best bed sheets ever. They look and feel great, which means an even better night's sleep for me, which is crucial for my busy schedule. You know, I got to be honest, sleep has been key, no joke, into improving everything. Mike is offering the best deal on his Giza Dream bed sheets. Any size, any color, just $49.98. That's right. You can even get queens, kings, split kings, and cow kings. Any size and any color, just $49.98. Order now because when they're gone, they're gone. And for a limited time, when your order is over $100, you'll receive $100 in free digital gifts. Call 1-800-925-9096. Use the promo code TIM or go to mypillow.com and make sure you use promo code TIM for that amazing offer. $49.98 on the Giza Dream Sheets, any size and any color. In fact, I do use a MyPillow every night, seriously do. And we have, I think, 100 left just downstairs, and we actually give them out. Because we bought 300 of them to make a pillow pit to jump into. It's a whole story. But shout out to MyPillow. Thanks for sponsoring the show, Mike. Big fan. You're a good dude. We do have some big news, ladies and gentlemen. There's been a massive airstrike by Russia on Kyiv. This is the retaliation that Putin had warned about. Russia launches aerial assault on Kyiv days after Ukraine's audacious drone attack on bomber fleet. And, of course, we have this clip here from Patriot Oasis. I don't know if you can just see the fire.
Yeah.
People are saying it's one of the most devastating attacks of the war so far. It's the most significant strike that we've seen in the war, that they're ramping things up. And let me just say it. I said it before. I'll say it again. I believe that Ukraine is actually our enemy, not our ally. Not that I think Russia's our ally or anything like that. We're certainly at odds with them. But let me stress, as I often have and will and love to, Germany, our ally in NATO, has accused the Ukrainian diving instructor, as well as 2 other Ukrainians, of bombing the Nord Stream pipeline that was delivering energy to Germany, our ally. Germany, our ally in NATO, was buying natural gas from Russia. So according to their arrest warrant, Ukrainians blew up that pipeline to cut off energy to our ally. What do you call it? What do you let's try this. What would you, hey, Drew?
Yes.
What would you call a country that bombs your energy supply lines, to your allies?
Your enemy.
Oh, heavens me. So that's why I said it before, and I'll say it now. Donald Trump ran in this country on ending the war and finding peace. He has been negotiating peace, and Ukraine intentionally withheld information on this drone strike, escalating the war, and then afterwards calling for a ceasefire. These people are unscrupulous. So now we have this breaking news. It's just happening right now. Russian ballistic missiles and drones have been launched toward Ukraine from multiple directions. Fires caused by falling debris and drone strikes reported in buildings across Kyiv. How do you say this? Kachenko accused Russia of hitting residential areas of the drone attack, saying a high-rise building in the Solomyansky district of Kyiv was damaged. Kyiv's mayor, Vitaly Klitschko, also reported fires in the districts of, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to pronounce that, Holosiyivsky and Darnetsky. Hey, I tried. The attack on the capital continues. Stay in shelters. I'm just going to go ahead and say Trump cut them off 100%. Let's be done with it.
I think that the fastest way to end the war, that might be the fastest way to end the war. But even if Trump decides that they get no more funding from the U.S., the rest of NATO is going to keep.
Sure. Why are we involved?
Well, yeah, that's fine with me. But I still think that, I don't think that the U.S. ending the support is going to actually get us to where we want to be, which is...
it will get us outside of whatever it is they're doing. I don't give a crap about what's happening in Burma right now. So if Russia and Ukraine want to fight, whatever, it has nothing to do with us at this point. Ukraine, let me just say it again, they are accused, okay, it's alleged, of bombing a pipeline supplying our allies with energy. Why are we helping them?
Well, I kind of feel like the previous administration helped them do the actual bombing.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Not that I have any evidence of that, but I feel like they were like, yeah, if you go ahead, it's fine.
Yeah. Well, Trump ran on ending this war, and here we are. Everything's escalated.
Yeah. Trump. No, it's just I think it definitely, NATO escalating things, poking the Russian bear continually is definitely, a backlash on Trump. And it also makes America look weak, because if you have Trump in the White House that literally ran on promises of ending that war, now it's not happening. And so at the same time, it has domestic implications as well. You have the midterms that are upcoming, and the Republican Party has married itself to Donald Trump, and now they're going to come up. Now this could pop up as something that is a failure on the GOP, because Trump represented the GOP and vowed to end this war. It hasn't happened, but I agree with Tim. I'm just really sick of hearing about Ukraine. Like, all of my money keeps going there. I'm tired of it.
Yeah. Hundreds of billions of dollars.
Especially in the news.
This is one of the issues Mary is most passionate about. She actually knows everything about the conflict. Just ask her any question.
Yeah, I'm here to answer anyone's questions. I know you guys aren't really informed on these issues, so.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the whole thing?
Honestly?
Yeah. Do you have a feeling about the whole thing?
I think I do.
See, this is important. It was important. This is where Gen Z is at on the conflict. Mary, tell us.
Where I'm supposed to represent how
You
Gen
do-
Z feels about
do.
every issue, apparently.
You're the quintessential
on this
Gen
show,
Z.
I have to be the voice of my entire
You-
generation.
Yes, you are. Tell us. Do you support Ukraine, Gen Z?
No.
Okay, vindication. I guess.
Do you
I mean, I gotta be honest. Considering Russia just bombed the crap out of Kyiv, I would have figured at least there'd be something
This
to
is
say
a
about it.
retaliation to something that Ukraine did, which I assume the U.S. signed off on privately.
No,
Well, the
I mean-
reporting is that they kept it a secret. From Trump specifically.
Is that
So
is there evidence that they kept it a secret from the Trump administration, or
The U.S. has
Okay,
said
what?
anything about it.
So you may be correct in that Biden signed off on it, and then Trump got in office saying, "Let's have peace." And Zelensky was like, "I ain't telling him what
They were planning for more than a year, right?
Yeah, probably.
So it's possible.
well, that's
but I mean,
crazy work.
I mean, everyone kind of knew that this was coming because of the attack that Ukraine just did. And I don't know. I don't know what the best course of action would be. I'm not a military planner or anything, but for Ukraine, like, they kind of they're in a position where they kind of have to keep fighting if they're not going to just surrender, like and I don't see them surrendering because they want to get back. Like, I've heard, what's his name talking about getting back to Crimea, which everyone knows that's not happening. Like, that's not happening at all.
It'll never happen.
Yeah. They're not even getting any of the existing territory that the Russians are in. Like, that's all gone.
But again, like I was saying yesterday, the drone strike by Ukraine shows they've lost the war. It's an insurgent strike. Launching drones inside of Russia does nothing to help them win the war. It's only for causing pain to someone who's occupying your territory. If Ukraine had the resources to actually push on the war front and take back territory, that's where the focus would be. The fact that they did subterfuge inside of Russia, it was a great operation, don't get me wrong, it was very, very clever, but to be honest, it's kind of minimal. Some people are saying, Tim, you don't understand, those bombers for the Russians were being used to bomb Ukraine. Oh, so the troops on the ground who are holding the territory that Russia needs to maintain control of Crimea, who are not being moved, were not a target of the Ukrainians? It's not more pressing to stop the men on the ground who are holding your land? No. They launched an insurgent strike covertly because this is what you do when you're in the resistance. When an occupying force comes in and you don't have the military strength to actually wage a battle and seize land, you try to shock and annoy. You try to cause political strife, hoping that they'll get pissed off. But, I'll put it this way. Just answer me this. How does drone strikes on bombers inside of Russia change the landscape of the war in Ukraine?
It doesn't.
It literally doesn't.
It doesn't at all. No.
So then what is the tactical warfare purpose of doing it? There's a political purpose. The idea being maybe we can force them to retreat by causing damage inside of their country.
Oh, I don't even think that was it. I think they were just trying to signal to Europe that, hey, we're looking to keep fighting. So even if the U.S. doesn't support us anymore, I think that, we're looking to fight. So you can keep sending us money and weapons.
Maybe I think it's more of a, we lost, but we're going to hurt you anyway.
I don't know if they're ready to say they lost yet.
Well, Russia's held the entire land bridge into Crimea for 2.5 years now.
Yep. But I don't think Zelensky's ready to say that he lost.
Well, because he needs the
Nor is he
gravy
ready-
train to continue too.
Well, it's not just that. It's the moment the war ends, he gets voted out.
Yeah, and he might get killed.
Yeah.
That is.
Well, there's very few Ukrainians left relative. I mean, what I should say is I think they had 30 million people and 7 million fled at the start of the war.
Something crazy like that. They've run out of people to actually fight the war. They're running out of people to actually fight the war. They've got women and they've got old guys. 60-year-old dudes. And
are they snatching women off the streets now like they do guys?
I don't know if they're snatching women. I haven't seen that, but I've seen that there are a bunch of women. And if your homeland gets invaded, everybody's going to pick up a gun. Like, that's the way that it goes. If your actual homeland gets invaded and you want to defend it from the invaders, everybody's going to pick up a gun. But
that's an important question I have for you guys real quick. If the U.S. was invaded by a significant presence, like a serious threat to this country, how many Americans do you think would flee, go to Mexico or go some other country?
I don't know.
Millions.
Well, of course, millions, but with Ukraine, they had something like 29 million people and 7 million fled the country immediately.
It's a lot.
It is a tiny country. So for the U.S., maybe just the people who already live close to the borders.
I don't think they'd flee the country, though, because I think the country's so difficult to even conceptualize an invasion that doesn't get stopped by the Rockies or get stopped by the Mississippi, or the U.S. landmass in and of itself is really, really hard to take. To think of conquering it from an invasion, get a beachhead and then go city by city. It's a lot of area to take, and there's a lot of places for people to escape to. So what? Yeah,
we can't. So we can't hear you. What did he say?
He just said everyone's got guns.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.